Hey, so this is the end of day one of Carrie and Mitch Allagash Adventure. It's been a fantastic day. We get up, jumped in Norm's truck with all of our stuff, drove up. On the drive up to the put-in point, we saw 3 moose. We saw a mother and a calf, and then we saw 1 yearling a little bit later. We put in, and Long Lake, unlike the last time I did it, this time was glass smooth, no wind. It was beautiful. So we paddled up there. We ended up going to Lost Popple and grabbing a little lunch there, real quick PB&Js, jumped back in and went up to Long Lake Dam. The Long Lake Dam, the water is low right now this year, a lot lower than it was last time we were here. Last time I think we should have shot the rapids. This time you couldn't do it. There's no way. So we had a portage around it, which still went very smooth. So we portaged around that, got back in the river. We saw some great wildlife today.
We saw a Canada jay and some kind of duck.
Some kind of duck with a mohawk. And then, so then we kept paddling down and we hit Sweeney Brook, great campsite. And Sweeney Brook is where we were going to do our first night that we had planned to do it, but we were here by 2 o'clock. So we came up, we got our campsite set up. First thing we did once we got everything up here, we set up the tarp, which again I think is pretty key when, it just keeps the sun off you, and when it's hot out, it keeps the rain off you when it's raining. We set up our tents. There's 2 flat areas. We both grabbed one. Somebody had left firewood here, so we have a free fire. We haven't used any of our wood yet. And then we set up, this is pretty much how we're going to set up each night. We have the citronella candle going to keep the bugs away, the smoke to keep the bugs away. We got our kitchen box, our toolbox. We're thawing out our hamburgers and for tonight, and our bacon for tomorrow morning. So that's the end of day one. It was a beautiful day. It's just so nice, so calm. The bugs, they were a little brutal on the water, but oddly enough, here we are at our campsite and we're not getting eaten up at all. So kind of strange, but I'll take it. So that's the end of it, day one. Looking forward to day 2. Hey, we're just giving a quick wrap up of day 2. It's been a fantastic day. We ended up going from Sweeney Brook to, we're now at 5 Fingers Brook South. We get on the river and we start paddling down. We get into Round Pond and we decide, hey, we're gonna go ahead and take that trail up to the fire tower. Well, we start the trail, we get about a mile into it, and we're like, you know what, we're wasting time here, we want to get back on the river. So we turn around, we get back down there, we have lunch, get in the canoes and head out, and then we hit Round Pond Rips. Round Pond Rip, keep in mind that the water level is pretty low right now. It's below 2,000 cubic feet a second, and I think the rips are way more dangerous then. So you're having to pick your way through, find the rocks, and the rocks now are hardly visible because they're just below the water, so you have to worry about hitting those. And so we pick our way through those, and then we hit a bunch of other ones, and we get through them. We didn't go over, we didn't tip over, but honestly, I don't think I'd want to be on the river with any less than the water we got right now. We did have an awesome day when it comes to moose. We had a 3 moose day, which is freaking incredible. So we did see 3 moose. The last one we saw, that moose just kind of stood there and said, hey, check me out, let us take all the pictures you want. Camp, starting to look, we kind of get in the routine, and it's setting up right. So this has been really good for us. We get out, we unload the canoes, we put the kitchen stuff on the table, we hang the tarp, we then go set up our tents and everything else. And then tonight we decided, hey, we're a little sore, cold water is good for sore muscles, so we all jumped in the water, went for a swim, and I'm not going to lie to you, it felt magical. So it was really good. So as we hit I'll go back to the rips, we hit the rips, and we've been switching around who's sitting in what canoe based on experience level and CG and everything else like that. And so Mitch and I were in the 20-footer, and Carrie was solo in the 15-footer, and it was amazing. She handled it like a rips ninja. So it was just incredible. So it really is a good day for all of us. Now this is my second trip down. The first one I did in 2017. And you can see the different water levels, especially across Long Lake Dam. The rips were completely different. Before they were just fun, you just kind of whipped down through them, didn't worry about it. Well, with this water level, you'll worry about it. So it's been different. Also, we only saw one moose on that trip. On this trip, we've seen 6 so far, 3 driving in, 3 today. And then, but on that trip, we saw a bunch of bald eagles, and I haven't seen a single one on this trip. So we have seen a lot of really cool wildlife, beaver and red-winged blackbirds and blue jays and Canadian jays, and we've seen a lot of really cool wildlife, but not a bald eagle yet. We saw a partridge on the trail, so so we have seen a lot of great wildlife. We're still waiting on the bald eagle to get on the board, but the moose, six moose in 2 days, we're feeling pretty blessed on that one. So tonight we're going to stay here. Tomorrow we're going to head out. We're going to go Mishu Farms, and then we're going to roll around Allagash Falls, portage around that, and then camp out for our 3rd night. Talk to you then. So we're at the end of day 3. We're here at Big Brook. We're at Big Brook North. So we're at the last one. There's no more campsites on the Allagash waterway on the way out. The last time I did this, there was one we stayed at, but now that's been closed. So we're at the last campground on the Allagash Wilderness Waterway. Great day today. We got up, we left, we got on the river about 8:30, and we hit Mishu Farm probably 11:30, 10:30, 11, something like that. Really quicker than we expected. We've only seen one couple on the river, and then as we're coming into Mishu Farm, we ran into 2 groups of people. So it was we all kind of charged into Mishu Farm all together. We signed in with the ranger like we're supposed to. And then they're like, well, all right, where are you staying tonight? And I said, well, we're going to try and make, Big Brook North. And all the rest of the company, okay, well, we'll take south. Okay, we'll take east. So we all agreed on campgrounds. And then the one group went down to the portage around Allagash Falls. And we followed, and the other one followed us. And we kind of got bunched up there. But it was okay. Everybody's friends. And we all kind of just helped each other. It was really cool. And then we got a few pictures of the rapids. And then we jumped in the canoes. It took us 4 round trips to get all of our gear in both canoes down there. It was a while, but then we had some lunch, jumped in the canoe, and then came down here. The falls were fantastic, even though we're at like 1,200 cubic feet per second as opposed to 5,500 the last time I did it. But so we came in here, and so it's only been 3 days and 2 nights so far, and I think our canoe skills have improved immensely. Our setting up camp has just gotten so we're doing it very methodically, and just the amount of just peace and relaxation and just serenity you feel on this river has been just amazing. And then to have Carrie and Mitch here with me has been a gift. So it's been really good. The weather's been cooperating with us. Today it was actually sunny. I got sunburn on my legs. Other than that, we've had overcast, but no rain. The only time it rained is when we were sleeping, so it was really good. But we have our campground here. And then, so you can kind of see our tarp's up. It's not supposed to rain tonight, but we still put the tarp up because it could, and we want to be ready for it. But our camp's kind of looking the same. We got a great campfire going. We haven't had to scrounge for firewood, thankfully. And then when we checked in with the ranger and told him where we were going, he's like, "Hey, guess what? You got good news because I just took a couple trees down there, and you got plenty of firewood on that site. So we didn't have to go scrounge this night either. It was laid out for us, so that's pretty good." One thing I did, planning. All the time you spend planning is really good for this trip, and I enjoyed it. I brought too much food. I brought too many clothes because I didn't know it was gonna be cold or hot because the weather report was going back and forth. It's gonna be cold. No, it's not. It's gonna be warm. So I brought enough clothes, and you just bring what you bring. But so that's worked out okay. Going into the river last time I couldn't go. Well, we went to the river one time last time. But this time, every night, you just go in there. It's still kind of cold, but it kind of just relieves the stress. It kind of cleanses you a little bit, and it certainly brings the inflammation down in your body. So you just feel great when you get out of that water. And then you come in here, sit by the fire, you have a little supper, and you go from there. But it's been such a great trip. So from my perspective, well worth every penny and every bit of time. And if you want to just relax, get back to nature, this is a great trip to take.
So we're here at Big Brook North. We've spent the last 3 days canoeing the Allagash, and honestly, Mitch and I were pretty new to canoeing. I had taught it at a summer camp, but that was on a lake. River canoeing is much different, and I think we've both gained a lot of skills here, so we can read the river a lot better. We can avoid rapids, we can go through rips. It's been a really rewarding experience. So today we did not see any moose, although we averaged 3 moose a day for the last 2 days. today knocked that average down to 2 per day, but that's all right. We had a great time canoeing today. The portage was pretty difficult, but I think the view of the falls was really worth it. We figured out that a tripper canoe, incredibly heavy, and definitely needs 3 people to get through a portage, but that's all right. We did make it through that portage eventually, and then it was only about an hour to Big Brook North, and then we set up camp. We've been hanging out by the fire, playing cribbage. We had hot dogs for dinner tonight, just something easy, and we've just been having a great time.
Yeah, I dittoed everything she said. I mean, I think this is Big Brook North, probably my favorite campsite we've been at so far. Again, as she said, you know, the portage, while very difficult, very rewarding to get through once you do it. The falls were amazing, as Bob said, even with the lesser water flow. But you know, I mean, who cares? Like, look at what you're looking at here. I mean, just overall 3 great days with great company, great paddling. You know, going through, seeing some great wildlife.
Experimental food.
Experimental food.
All experiments worked out, which in science does not usually happen.
Knock on wood. But yeah, I mean, couldn't ask for more. Couldn't ask for better weather, better company. This has just been amazing. Absolutely would do it again. You know, even again, as Carrie said, you know, with very minimal canoe experience, especially in this type of environment, we've learned a lot, and it's been all good things, and really can't wait to be able to do it again someday. So.
Yeah, I mean, all of these are, you know, things we've learned, and just the water today was incredible. So it was cold, but it was soothing, and not as cold as last night, surprisingly. Did slip on some rocks, but that happens.
Worked a little harder today, so that
Yeah.
that makes the cold water a little more tolerable for sure.
We're now exiting the Allagash Wilderness Waterway.